Welcome to the opening game here on Polo line to the last Brisas Chicago Polo 12-goal challenge. First up, G Squared in the black shirts. They play with Larry Aschebrook at number 1 off 0.5 goals. Number 2, Juan Gutierrez off 3 goals. Number 3 is Juan Martin Obregon off 5 goals. At back, Matias Obregon off 4 goals. They're taking on Beaver Creek in the white, lining up with Chris Vangel at number 1 off 1 goal. Number 2, Pedro Manion off 3 goals. Number 3 is Lindor Corvalan off 4 goals, and at back is Billy Mudra off 2 goals. 2 goals handicap then in favour of Beaver Creek, but it's G Squared looking to get a quick start here. Straight away out front there is Aschebrook. He's been chased by Vangel, left behind, near side picked up now by Gutierrez, sent down the ground, looking for Aschebrook again. Aschebrook on the near side, picks up the bounce, gets it on the offside, and it's an early goal in favour of G Squared. Down those 2 goals on handicap, but they pull it straight back. 2-1 now. They trail just after 30 seconds played. G Squared looking to go again here with Obregon. Obregon just has a look round to see where brother Matias Obregon goes, but he sends it up over the board. So that will be Beaver Creek ball early on here in this opening chukker. Umpire's cool play. Drop in. Mudra with a tap straight away. Space opens up. No one comes that close to Mudra as he sends the ball out, looking now for Corvalan. Corvalan will pick it up. In front of him are both Vangel and Manion, still now with Corvalan. Being chased quickly there by Aschebrook. The backhand played by Obregon, and turning first onto it again is the early goal scorer, Aschebrook. Nothing he can do with it quickly though, as comes to Manion again. Manion taking on Obregon. Still there with Manion, just tapping it down the ground. Now approaching the 60-yard line here for Beaver Creek. Can they double their lead? Under the next shot by Manion, but it flecks off the pony, so he will come back round onto the play, being chased still by Obregon. Manion told to use it by the umpires, sends it up towards the goal, looking for a run of Vangel, but Vangel has Obregon to deal with, who would just watch the ball go over the back line. So that will be G Squared ball. Good start for both sides though. Beaver Creek putting on the early pressure, having seen that goal being conceded, but they do still lead. So Obregon brings the ball in to the right-hand side. He sees Juan Martin Obregon. Also there close with him is Juan Martin Gutierrez, but it's going to be Obregon to bring it away. It's Juan Martin Obregon picks up the bouncing ball. Not put off that time, but he's chased hard there by the defender for Beaver Creek, but it's still there with Obregon reaching underneath the pony, being chased still by Corvalan. Obregon with the next shot, but again it's just left short, and Corvalan will get the near side backhand, just enough distance on it to find Chris Vangel. Vangel looking to start a counter-attack here for Beaver Creek. They've gone the backhand route across the goal. Looks being picked up now by Corvalan, but it's good play between the 2 Obregons as it's picked up now by Matias Obregon. He's told to go on the inside, but chooses to go round the out. Now he does come back on the inside. He's got a next shot from about 30 yards out. Big chance here to level the scores for G Squared, but it's just wide to the left-hand side. So Beaver Creek will have the ball on the back line. Billy Mudra, umpire's cool play. Staying close is Aschebrook, but Mudra sends the ball down the ground, looking for a run of Manion. Manion under pressure straight away from Obregon, but still there with Manion. Lovely play by him as he comes back round. Now looking to take on Gutierrez, but it's still there with Manion. Manion now sees the runner go up in Corvalan. Still there, but left behind eventually and picked up now by Obregon. Obregon can't get past Corvalan first. Eventually does get past Manion again. Still here now with Obregon. The runners go down the side to his left and right. Now they're all to his right-hand side, but it's still here with Juan Martin Obregon for G Squared. Just taking the ball forward. In comes Vangel looking for any potential hook, but still, as the umpire's cool hit, sends the ball down the ground. Right there in the centre, but it's going to go wide to the left-hand side. There was a chance for Vangel, but the umpire's blowing their whistle for a free change. So back again, 2.5 minutes to go here in this opening chukker, and it's Billy Mudra. Sends the ball up the ground, looking for Manion. Manion's been doing plenty of work here in this opening chukker. Sends the ball down, looking for Mudra, who continued to run. Mudra under pressure from Aschebrook, but still there with Mudra. Good defensive play by Aschebrook, and he gets a backhand, finding Matias Obregon. Matias sends the ball down the ground, looking for Juan Martin. Juan Martin will pick it up in plenty of space. It's good work by Gutierrez to take the man, as it's still here with Juan Martin Obregon, but he just hits the ball overboard. That was a real chance for G squared on the breakaway, but Obregon hit it overboard, so it will be Beaver Creek possession. Umpire's cool play again, Billy Mudra. Corvalan stays close, down the ground, waiting for a pass of Vangel and Manion, but it's still there with Mudra. Looks out left now, looking for Corvalan. He's been chased hard by Gutierrez. Gutierrez will get there on the near side to eventually have time to come onto the off, but again, a few times this chukker, we've seen the ball go over those boards. And it's Beaver Creek, the recipients this time round. They have the lead as the umpire calls play. Mudra. Behind him is Corvalan. Still now with Mudra. Leaves it eventually for Lindor, Novillo, Corvalan. He's about 80 yards from goal. Sends it down, looking for runners up the front. There may be a chance there for Vangel, who's ridden out of it. Well there by Obregon, but Chris Vangel, look at the strength there. It's right there on the doorstep, left behind Obregon with the backhand. Not a lot of distance. It's going to be Pedro Manion. But the whistle has been blown. We'll see what the umpires have given here. It's going to the centre of the ground. And it looks like they've given the goal. Pedro Manion and a penalty won. Beaver Creek send the ball down the ground, but they're going to give it straight back there to G squared. Coming down that line was Obregon. Obregon now looking to take on Manion. Eventually left behind. It's going to be Manion again, and there's going to be a chance here for Beaver Creek if Manion was quick, but it's hooked away well by Obregon. Matias Obregon now about 50 yards from goal. Still waiting with him is Manion. Left now for Juan Martin Obregon. To the left-hand side there, Vangel. Juan Martin Obregon looking to close the gap by a goal right at the end of a chukker, which he does. G squared score their second. 3-2. That is the end of the opening chukker, and it's a close one. 3-2. Beaver Creek lead. So welcome back to the second chukker. 3-2. That goal right at the end of the chukker by G squared, putting a little bit of pressure on. But it's Beaver Creek who picked the ball up out the line out. They turn it round with Mudra, just setting up the play there, sending it out to the left-hand side, looking for Corvalan. Corvalan gets a bit of a lucky bounce against Gutierrez. Now he's got Aschebrook to take on. Still there with Corvalan, left behind eventually. And turning it round now is Obregon. Obregon in front of a couple of Beaver Creek players, brought away now by Aschebrook. Aschebrook going now down the ground for G squared, up over the halfway line. Come the team in black, force a levelling goal here with Aschebrook. Aschebrook eventually leaves behind the ball. It's going to be picked up there by Corvalan. Corvalan, beautiful near side backhand, looking for run of Vangel at the front, but there is Obregon, a beautiful backhand, looking for his brother Matias Obregon. Matias Obregon with the tap. In between there, Mudra and Manion, and eventually the pass goes back from Gutierrez, looking for Obregon. Plenty of early work being done in this chukker so far by G squared, and it's going to be Obregon. Obregon now making his way down. Matias Obregon. Are we going to see a tied game here? Is Obregon about 3 yards from goal? Left it behind and backed away superbly there by Manion, looking for Chris Vangel on the turn. Vangel beaten to it again by Obregon. Obregon turns around and faces Juan Martin Obregon. Still G squared looking to put on the pressure. In comes Vangel. The umpires don't like it, and we have the first penalty of the day. Matias Obregon, 30-yarder. Easy as you like. And we are all tied. G squared 3, Beaver Creek 3. Players back in at the middle. Ball goes back in play. There is Mudra. Mudra now. He's got runners to the right-hand side in Manion. Still, though, Billy Mudra taking ball, so I know. That was Corvalan. Corvalan sends the ball to the right-hand side. G squared then to bring the ball back into play here. Obregon taps it in. Waiting for him is Manion. Still here now with Obregon. Sends the ball looking for Juan Martin Obregon. Obregon uses good blocking work done there by Larry Aschebrook, who now goes down the ground, waiting for a pass, sent down the ground by Juan Martin Obregon, and it is going to be now Gutierrez out in front, left the ball behind. Coming onto the play now for Beaver Creek. Taps it. Has a look up. Oh, he takes on Obregon. Obregon came in quickly there. The touch was just enough to give Corvalan the chance. Corvalan on the near side here for Beaver Creek. Again, left behind. Obregon turns it round. All his players rushing there in front of him, but still Juan Martin Obregon takes it to the left-hand side. Eventually left behind and picked up there by Billy Mudra. Billy Mudra shows a lot of a ball, but the umpires say it's still his possession. Mudra, open backhand played. Looking for Manion. Manion sends the ball down the ground. He's looking for the run of Corvalan on the near side. Left behind, though, good pressure. It was by Obregon and now picked up there by Gutierrez. Gutierrez called for the tail backhand as the game's slowly beginning to open up here in this second chucker. Near side flick played there by Manion. It was still there. Pressure's on. Mudra for Beaver Creek taking on Gutierrez. Gutierrez cut a little backhand coming down the line. The umpires say nothing wrong so far. Turning around now for Beaver Creek. There's a chance here to get their noses back in front, but they've had it backed away there superbly by G squared. Danger still on. Open backhand into the mixer. To be picked up here, though, again by G squared in defense, and they are eventually able to bring it away as we go into the final 2.5 minutes of this second chucker. Not a lot of distance on the play there. Picked up there on the near side by Manion. The umpires giving him their decision as well. Sent down the ground by Mudra. Mudra straight into the pony of Aschebrook. Still here now with Mudra. First on the near side, now on the offside. Slowing it down as Corvalan comes in behind him. Mudra with the tap up towards Aschebrook. Good play by Aschebrook just to get enough on him to give the ball there to Obregon. Obregon with the tail backhand looking for brother Juan Martin Obregon, but quick onto it there was Manion. Manion with the backhand into space, but picked up now again by Obregon in defense. And now on the counter, here comes G squared. Picked up now by Obregon again, right on the board. Slows it down briefly. Now sends the ball down the ground, looking for a runner in Gutierrez. Gutierrez being tracked all the way by Manion, but it's Gutierrez on the near side, looking to get round, still being chased by Manion. Corvalan will pick it up now in space for Beaver Creek. Beaver Creek survived this time. Next shot played by Corvalan. Shows a lot of a play, though, to Gutierrez, who's able to pick it up again as he'd come around. Gutierrez there in front of Manion, there as well as Mudra, but it's still there with Gutierrez. Looking for Juan Martin Obregon. Obregon, can he put his side in the lead? It looks like it's gone wide to the left-hand side. So this time Beaver Creek survive. So they've had their 2-goal lead that they started with on handicap. Slowly ebbed away as we're all tied here. 3 goals all. Just over a minute remaining here in this second chucker. 6 chuckers, of course, in this 12-goal game. Sent down the ground there by Corvalan. Left a little bit short, though, so coming on the backhand is Gutierrez. Gutierrez, sorry, no, that was Aschebrook. Turning around, looking for Gutierrez. Now picked up by Beaver Creek. Back in defense. Looking there for Manion. Manion, he's got runners in front of him in Mudra and Corvalan. It's right there up towards the goal, but again, the accuracy is not quite there, just goes wide, watched over the back line by Obregon. So plenty of chances, plenty of goals being left on the ground so far, though, in this second chucker as Obregon comes back on play now. This beautiful surrounding at Las Brisas here in Chicago, playing host to this 12-goal challenge as the ball goes out left, looking for Obregon again. It's left behind and picked up now by Gutierrez. Gutierrez has looked to see where Larry Aschebrook goes, doing the good blocking work to give Gutierrez a bit of space as we enter the final seconds before the bell. But shot down the ground, and there is the first buzzer. They've got 30 seconds to make this count with Aschebrook. Aschebrook with a shot up towards the goal. Can G squared find their 4th goal right before the end of a chucker? Still there with Aschebrook. Called for a backhand by Obregon, but it deflects off the pony, and Beaver Creek look like they may survive as we really do go into the final seconds. The umpires won't like that. Whistle is gone. That is the end of a second chucker, and we're all tied. 3 goals all. The Las Brisas Chicago Polo 12-goal challenge.
Penalty to be taken by Obregon to get us underway. 60-yarder along the ground. It's going to be stopped there at the front by Pedro Manion. Pedro Manion now for Beaver Creek. Looking to clear away. It's straight back there towards Obregon. Manion still close by. Looking to put on the pressure as well. Is Mudra, but now it's still there with Obregon. Obregon with the cut shot. And eventually it has gone through for G Squared. Scoring the goal. Taking it back to the centre of the ground now. 4-3. Having been 2 goals down at the beginning on handicap, they've come back into the game as Obregon comes across there in front. This time, the 60 was for Corvalan, and Beaver Creek unable to convert. So it's there now with Obregon, looking for Gutierrez. So Obregon not able to get a hand on it, but it's just left now for Juan Obregon. Juan Obregon now for G Squared. Sends it out to the right-hand side, looking for Matias Obregon. Slows it down. Down the ground goes Juan Martin Gutierrez, being tracked all the way there by Billy Mudras. Juan Martin Gutierrez with a little tap there towards the boards. Waiting for him still is Mudras. The ball just settles down, being backed up well by Larry Aschebrook, who takes away the man, but it's still here with Juan Martin Gutierrez. Gutierrez now slowing it down to the right-hand side of Mudra with the next shot towards the goal for G Squared. It's going to go close, but it's just wide to the left-hand side of the goalpost. Good pressure here at the moment, though, from G Squared, but Beaver Creek to bring the ball away with Billy Mudra. Mudra has a look out to his right-hand side where he's got Pedro Manion. The umpires, though, not happy, giving a 60 for G Squared to be taken by Obregon. Again, it's along the ground. This time it's stopped, but they can't keep it out. The deflection off the stick of Chris Vangel, it looked like, takes it through. 2 goals separate these sides now, and this time it's picked up by Corvalan. Corvalan plays the open backhand. Unable to get any momentum at the moment, though, this Beaver Creek side, as Obregon really beginning to take control here in this third chucker. Sends it out left, looking for Matias Obregon. Very quickly, though, was the Beaver Creek defence, and it's there now for Gutierrez. Gutierrez with the tail backhand into the space. Across there comes Obregon. Matias Obregon with the shot here towards the boards. He's got Pedro Manion there behind him, but it's still there with Obregon with a shot down the ground, looking for Aschebrook. Sorry, now it's there with Chris Vangel. Lovely little tail backhand. Now it's picked up by Manion. No distance on the backhand there by Aschebrook, and now just getting a little bit scrappy in the centre of ground. Tail backhand, looking for Gutierrez, but there in defence is Manion. Manion sends it out wide to the boards, looking for Corvalan, but there first with the backhand was Obregon, and now it's going to be Larry Aschebrook out in the clear. Behind him is Juan Martin Obregon, but it's a beautiful first-time shot by Aschebrook towards the goal. It's going to roll close. One tap. Oh, he's left it behind, but the backup will be there with Gutierrez. Gutierrez with the tap through the goal, and G Squared having a very strong third chucker here. They now lead 6-3. Ball goes back in play. Backhand by G Squared. This time Beaver Creek work quick to it. The tail backhand. It's a beautiful little pass, finding his teammate in space. Running down the ground now is Pedro Manion. Sorry, no, that is Billy Mudra. Mudra with the shot down the boards. Goes over the boards. So that will be a drop in favour of G Squared. Umpires count down. It will be Obregon to bring the ball into play again. Obregon. Down the ground goes Gutierrez and Aschebrook. Still there with Obregon. Takes away the hook, but the umpires not happy with the defence of Manion. And it is a shot towards the goal by Obregon again. Just needs to go through those goalposts. That it does. And G Squared really running away with this one now. 7-3 they lead here in the third chucker. Just about a minute and a half remaining as it's picked up now by Novillo Corvalan. His side really need him to do something now as he sends the ball to the right-hand side looking for Manion. Manion beaten to it by Obregon, but the umpires not happy. And this time it's going to be a close penalty, Corvalan to take. Corvalan with the 30-yarder, but it just is not rolling for Beaver Creek. 3-3 they came into this chucker. 4 unanswered goals, and G Squared well in control for the time being. Umpires call play. Obregon bringing it in. Matias Obregon looking for Gutierrez. Left behind though and picked up by Manion. Manion can't make a play on it. Now there is Chris Vangel. Vangel gives it back to Pedro Manion. Manion now about 20 from goal. He's got Corvalan behind him. Corvalan with a shot towards the goal, but it's just wide to the left-hand side. A little bit of pressure then here for Beaver Creek, showing a bit of sign of life here. As the umpires blow the whistle just to allow player to change. And we're back underway. 40 seconds remaining here in this third chucker. To the left-hand side goes Obregon. Down the ground goes Juan Obregon. He will beat the man to the ball and come away with it there on the offside. Appealing for a foul was Corvalan, but he will come onto the play now with the tail backhand into space, but it's only gone as far as Manion. Behind him is Corvalan. Corvalan now just with a little tap down the boards. Approaching him there is Juan Gutierrez. Still just tapping down the ground. There goes Corvalan. Looking now for runner Chris Vangel. Chris Vangel, though, is going to have to be quick to get there in front of Aschebrook. Vangel with the shot towards the goal. Takes it to right-hand side. Just there still is Aschebrook. And that is the first buzzer. They've got 30 seconds. It's going to go close, but it's gone wide. To right-hand side, end of the third chucker then, and it's G Squared who lead 7-3. So a close penalty then by Pedro Manion to get this fourth chucker underway, and no mistake at all. Beaver Creek, they do pull a goal back. 7-4 then. G Squared, a very impressive third chuckers. Players come back to the middle. It's there in the back of the lineup, picked up by Obregon. Obregon gives it to teammate Gutierrez. The foul was committed by Beaver Creek. Shot down the ground then, looking for runner Gutierrez. It's a beautiful first-time drive by Obregon, and it's Gutierrez on his own out in front. Corvalan coming back. Gutierrez left the ball behind. Comes back on himself. Beautiful spin there on the grey pony. In there goes Chris Vangel. The umpire's not stopping him yet. Obregon with a shot towards the goal. The umpires have a look, but they say play on. And there's a chance now for Beaver Creek to counter. Here come Beaver Creek down the ground with Corvalan. Corvalan looking to take on Gutierrez, and Obregon just slows it down there. So I know that's Corvalan still. Gutierrez just ushering him there out to the boards. Beautiful play. Close control there by Corvalan, who slowly approaches the halfway line. Gutierrez still waits. A game of cat and mouse. Behind him now will come teammate Billy Mudra. Billy Mudra, he will pick it up. So I know this is Pedro Manion. Manion. To his left-hand side is Mudra. Mudra looking to pick up the shot. It's too close, though, to Larry Aschebrook, who will get there for G Squared. Aschebrook with a little under the neck shot towards the boards. There, quickly again, is Billy Mudra. Good play by Beaver Creek, but the pressure was enough just to put off Obregon quickly. Beautiful open backhand, and it's going to be picked up again by Juan Obregon, the danger man here for G Squared. Look at the way he uses Gutierrez as for blockers. He makes his way down the ground, being chased all the way by Mudra. It's good play still by Gutierrez, allowing Obregon the space. Oh, he's left it behind at the end, and it's going to be Gutierrez now in front of Corvalan. Called off the play by Matias. Obregon with a shot towards the goal, but it's wide to the right-hand side. What a chance for G Squared. 7-4 it remains. Beaver Creek just about in this contest still. Umpire's cool play. Mudra with a little shot to the right-hand side. Waiting in front of him is Pedro Manion. Manion wants to pass to the right-hand side, but Mudra chooses to keep it just one more time. Behind him still is Corvalan. Now Mudra sees Corvalan on the run. It's lovely set play there. Gutierrez now has to be quick to get to Corvalan. Little bounce on the ball, and in the end, Gutierrez was strong enough, but eventually leaves the ball behind. Shot towards the goal. Corvalan is left short, but it's just going to roll. Little deflected backhand. Oh, what a lovely little finish that was by Pedro Manion. Corvalan didn't get the cleanest contact, but just touched through the goal. So, 7-5. Coming back into this game then, Beaver Creek. Corvalan had no play, so it's going to be Juan Obregon again, sending his players down the ground. He's got Matias Obregon to his left-hand side. On the near side now, coming on to the offside. He's found his space. Cut shot over top of the ball. Bouncing ball just made life a little bit difficult. So it's here again with Corvalan. Corvalan, beautiful clearing neck shot, looking for Manion on the run, but it's going to be picked up here by Obregon. Obregon, umpires say fine. Beautiful backhand played, put it in the danger zone for Aschebrook and Gutierrez. Gutierrez, he will pick it up here for G Squared. A couple of sticks in the air. Gutierrez still the lofted chip shot through the goal. The umpires have a look. They say it is good. 8-5. G Squared in control. Just under 2.5 minutes to play here in the fourth. It's fair with Aschebrook. He gives it back to Obregon, who really has control proceedings for the last couple of chuckers. Juan Obregon looks for Matias Obregon. He will get there in front of Corvalan. Long shot down the ground by Obregon, looking for Gutierrez. Gutierrez about 10 yards from goal, looking to make it 9. Bounce of the ball. What a couple of plays that is there for G Squared. They were coming under pressure from Beaver Creek, but a couple of quick goals. 9-5, they lead once more. Minute and a half here to go in the fourth. The umpires decide there's a foul, this time in favour of Beaver Creek. Sent towards the goal by Corvalan, but it's wide to the right-hand side. So, just a bit of a lull and play after what has been a frantic chucker or so. Both sides having plenty of attacking opportunities. So Obregon with the tap. Waiting for him is Manion still. Obregon, oh, the lovely little dummy shot there. Ends up keeping it close. Still there with Obregon. Now behind him is Juan Obregon. Matias Obregon, though, just taps it up the boards. Juan comes in behind. Good interplay again between the number 3 and the number 4 there for G Squared. Sends it long down the ground, looking for Larry Aschebrook. Aschebrook's out in front. He's being chased hard by Chris Vangel, but it's there with Aschebrook with a cut shot towards the goal. Vangel is going back. He's got a lot of angle to work with here, and it's good defensive play. Beautiful tail played by Vangel as we go into the last minute of this fourth chucker. Under control here with Manion. Manion has looked to see where Billy Mudra is. Mudra goes up, as does Corvalan. Manion sends it left, looking for Corvalan on the run. Corvalan taking it up over the halfway line. Waiting there, though, for any error that may come was Juan Obregon, and now Aschebrook. Aschebrook with tail backhand, looking for Gutierrez, who had no play on it. So coming round onto play again will be Mudra. Mudra sends it long, down the ground, looking for Pedro Manion, but it's going to go close, but not close enough. Tail backhand played by Obregon into the pony of Aschebrook. No play on the ball, so there comes Mudra. Mudra with the shot. Pedro Manion, he is there, but it's going to be brought away again by Obregon in the final seconds. Oh, beautiful backhand played by Manion, but it's going to be G Squared who pick up the line. There goes the first buzzer. 30 seconds to go here in the fourth chucker. Over the top, Vangel. Beautiful tail backhand played, but nobody turns apart from Gutierrez. Gutierrez called for a pass down the ground by Obregon. Matias Obregon looking to come on for play now. Matias Obregon, can he make it count in the final 10 seconds? It's Obregon against the clock. Can he get there? He's about 30 yards from goal. 5 seconds to go. He's got to get the cut shot from here, and he does, but it's just wide to the right-hand side. That is the end of the fourth chucker, and it's G Squared who lead 9-5. So then, fifth chucker, Beaver Creek. Trail by 4, but they have the ball here with Mudra. Mudra looking for a pass for Corvalan, but it's going to be still there with Mudra. Little backhand. Oh, beautiful. They've stolen it, but the umpires didn't like it. They said Corvalan was coming down the line. Corvalan now taking over penalty duties. It's a beautiful strike down the ground, looking for Manion on the run. Manion has got there in front of Obregon, but it's going to go close. Mudra, he's there as well, but Juan Obregon in defence now for G Squared. Obregon just toying again with a couple of players there in white for Beaver Creek. In the end, keeps it close, then sends it out right, looking for Matias Obregon. Matias Obregon, he will get there in front of Manion. Long drive down the ground, looking for Larry Aschebrook, who's taken a man. It's left now for Obregon on the near side, but the defence was good. Oh, it was initially anyway by Manion, but then he misses over the top of the backhand there with Obregon taking it up towards the back line. He's just going to slow it down, bring it back round. He's really close to that line now as he uses the blockers again just to be able to turn it back round on a sixpence here with Obregon with the shot towards the goal, and it's through the goal, and that is goal number 10 on the board for G Squared. Ball goes back in play. Out the left-hand side now for Corvalan. Corvalan now taking it up towards the boards, being chased quickly there by Juan Obregon, but it's still there with Lindor, Novillo, Corvalan. Appealing for the foul. The umpires have a look. They're happy with that so far. Backhand played by Obregon. The tail backhand looking for Gutierrez and Aschebrook. And Juan Obregon out of nowhere in front of Vangel, and they're gone again at G Squared. It's Juan Obregon up over the halfway line. They've given up the chase. Have half a Beaver Creek team, so it's going to be up to Corvalan to stop Juan Obregon. The 5-goaler heading up towards the back line. It looks like he's just run out of space, or has he? He does get the next shot, but it's wide to the right-hand side. 10-5 it remains. Beaver Creek to bring the ball back into play. Billy Madra spots Pedro Manion to his right-hand side. Manion looking to take on Obregon straight away. It's still there with Manion looking for Corvalan on the run, but it's going to be Sphere instead with Obregon. Good blocking work there done from Gutierrez to give Obregon the time to bring it round. Next shot hit, a beautiful pass. Down the ground looking for Larry Aschebrook. Aschebrook now will get there in front of a couple of Beaver Creek players. A lovely shot down the ground. First off there by Aschebrook. Watching him closely there is Pedro Manion. Good play by the defender there for Beaver Creek. Manion gives it now to Billy Mudra with a shot down the ground looking for Corvalan, but it's gone too far again. It's going to be picked up here by G Squared, turning it back round. Just over 3.5 minutes remaining here in the fifth and penultimate chukker. It's there with Obregon with a shot towards the goal. It's going to go close. Nothing you can do to stop that. 11 goals to 5 now. G Squared lead. What a beautiful drive that was by Juan Martin Obregon. Ball back in play. Out the back of the line out. Obregon will get there again. The opening game, remember, of the last Brisas 12-goal challenge here in Chicago, brought to you by Polo Line, as are all the games exclusively throughout the tournament. Tail backhand played, but it's only gone as far as Larry Aschebrook. Aschebrook, he's got Corvalan just breathing down his neck. Aschebrook still with the approach towards the goal. Can they make it number 12? Oh, he's just left it behind. An acrobatic looking near side backhand there by Obregon. Couldn't find the goal. Gone wide, and it will be Beaver Creek with the ball on the back line. Beaver Creek, what can they do there? Slowly running out of time in this game. 6 chukkers, of course, in this challenge trophy. To right-hand side there, Billy Mudra looking for Chris Vangel. Vangel with the shot down the ground. It's a beautiful pass looking for Manion, but again at the back. Such a great game at number 4 today. Or as he said, he's just left the backhand short, and it's going to be Manion now to pick it up for Beaver Creek. Manion to the left-hand side, then to the right. Still there with Manion. Lines it up, but against the pony. And there's going to be a chance here for Juan Martin Obregon on the near side. Chris Vangel looked to close down his angles. The umpires didn't like it. 5B, G Squared. There is Obregon. Sends it to the left-hand side looking for Juan Martin Obregon. Matias. Obregon goes down the centre of the ground. He's looking for a run of Gutierrez, but it's going to be picked up there in defence by Corvalan. Corvalan to bring it round as we get into the final minute and a half of this fifth chukker. Left it for teammate Pedro Manion. Manion has looked to see where his players are. He's got Billy Mudra out in front of him, but it's left short, and it's going to be picked up here by the number 4. Again, watch out. Juan Martin Obregon will wait. Oh, the error this time was forced there by Billy Mudra. Goes out there, deflects onto the boards, and gets picked up now by Obregon. Dummies the backhand, takes it forward. Good play in defence there, knowing had the time. But eventually does leave it behind. It's going to be picked up now by Billy Mudra. Mudra sends Corvalan on the way. A good attack here by Beaver Creek. It's gone up all the way towards the goal. Oh, what a finish that is by Billy Mudra. It looked like he was going for the pass. He went for the long drive, and it was superb finish in the end. So 11 goals to 6. Beaver Creek looking to make it interesting going into the final chukker. Picked up now by Corvalan. To his left-hand side goes Manion. Still, Corvalan sends it right, looking for Billy Mudra on the run. Can they get another one now to make it 11 goals to 7? It's sunny game on. It's Billy Mudra again. The next shot. Has he found it again? Watch the curl on the ball, but it's wide to the left-hand side and edges towards that back line. It stays in play, though. Obregon looking for Larry Aschebrook. Aschebrook with the drive down the ground. There goes the first buzzer. We have 30 seconds left as the ball goes up against the board. Still here now with Larry Aschebrook. Bounce, it stays in play, and backhand by Chris Vangel. Vangel looking for the player. It's only gone as far, though, as Matias Obregon, who picks it up in front of Billy Mudra. Long drive down the ground, and it's going to be Larry Aschebrook in space. Chris Vangel is coming back hard on the near side. Beautiful defensive play, but the umpires didn't like the angle, and that's the end of the fifth chukker. And it's going to be G Squared going into the final chukker with a 5-goal lead. So sixth and final chukker. Things could be about to get tougher as Matias Obregon comes up for a 30-yard penalty. Beautiful strike through the centre of the goal. That is 12 goals to 6. And a really impressive opening game of a campaign then for G Squared. Up to this point anyway. Obregon with the drive down the ground. They're gone again. It's Larry Aschebrook down the centre, but it's beautiful defensive play there by Corvalan. Corvalan called off the play well by Pedro Manion, just turning it there in front of Obregon. Sends the shot to his right-hand side, again looking for Corvalan. Corvalan slows it down on the boards. To his right-hand side will go Billy Mudra. He's got Pedro Manion up there as well, but still there with Corvalan. Still putting the pressure on him, but well there at the front is Aschebrook, just forcing Corvalan to drive it long into space, allowing Gutierrez the ability to come in there, take away his man, and come now with the near side backhand. Superb claiming backhand. The counter-attack could be on here, as it's there with Matias Obregon on the near side, giving it to his number one, Aschebrook. Bouncing ball made life difficult, but he still goes still. Oh, what a beautiful play that is by the number one. Again, the bounce of the ball, just making life interesting. He's backed up well by Obregon. It's Aschebrook, over the top. And it's a tail backhand just about clear there by Mudra and picked up now by Corvalan. Corvalan turns it round. 5 minutes just over to go here in this sixth and final chukka. What can Beaver Creek do? Long drive down the ground, and they found some space here for Pedro Manion. It's green grass in front of a number 2 here for Beaver Creek. This could be 12 goals to 7. Can he finish it off? Oh, he's just hit the approach shot a little bit far. He's got the time to slow down, hit the next shot towards the goal. Beautiful composed finish, and it is 12 goals to 7. Pedro Manion, beautiful counter. Ball goes back in play. Kind bounce there for Larry Aschebrook. He will get there, will he? Just about. Yes, he does. The players now look like they may well be trying to just conserve the energy of their ponies, knowing there's a long way to go in this tournament, as it's picked up now by Beaver Creek. Out there in front. Oh, look at it. Take out the air by Corvalan, but unluckily for him, just deflected off the cane of a stick. Goes over the boards. Seconds will continue to tick off that clock. And it will be G² ball. Umpire's cool play. Just tapping it to the right-hand side there. Obregon, Matias Obregon, sends it to his right-hand side, looking for Larry Aschebrook, who's had plenty of play here in this sixth chukka. Just again, pops it over those boards. It's this time for Beaver Creek. This new rule, of course, that came in a couple of years ago, designed to stop the time wasting, the ball going out of play and it just being a roll in. It gives advantage. Oh, the umpires seen this blown a couple of times so far today. You can't block the first player going in, so that is G² ball. They just hit it up in hope. And it goes wide to the right-hand side. Beaver Creek then to come again off the back line. 5 goals though separating these two sides with 3 minutes just over to go. And as I said, all these games leading up to the final next Sunday, all live here on Polo Line. The Las Brisas 12-goal challenge. But at the moment, G², they want to get another one. Just gone wide to the right-hand side this time by Obregon. So it's going to be Beaver Creek with the ball once more on the back line. Billy Mudra, the man to come round and take. Can he make something happen here? Work some magic. Get some confidence going into their second game. Billy Mudra closed down quickly there by Gutierrez. Still there with Mudra. He sends a ball. Oh, it's into the pony, so it may well fall here for G², but it's good play there by Mudra just to pick it back up. Send it down the boards. Looking for Manion. Manion will get there in front of Obregon. Still, Manion approaches up towards Obregon at the back. For 2 Obregon sandwiching Manion there, and just a little bit too much pressure, so it is going to be for Martin Obregon to bring it round. Watch closely there by Chris Vangel. Still there with Obregon. Sends it long down the centre of the ground, looking for Larry Aschebrook on the run, but there in defence this time is Corvalan. We've approached or entered even the final 2 minutes of this game. Beaver Creek looking to make something of it here, but they've left it behind. Made a little bit of a mess of it there as Larry Aschebrook's able to come around on the offside, on the near side. The bouncing ball looking to get there in front of Corvalan. He does do as well. It's Larry Aschebrook, but eventually a trio of Beaver Creek players do enough to put Aschebrook off his run. So it's here still with Corvalan. He thought that Billy Mudra had come in behind, but they both left it behind, turning onto the line quickly there, but conceding eventually was Obregon. Backed away well by Mudra, looking for Manion. Manion, though, beat into it by Gutierrez. Backhand down the boards again. Here comes Corvalan for the near side play. Little bounce of the ball, didn't put him off. Sends it straight back where it came from. Beautifully controlled there by Manion. In came there Aschebrook, who had no play, but it's there with Manion. Looking for Mudra on the run, but it's going to be Aschebrook in defence. Nothing on the play. Picked up now by Obregon. Tail backhand. And Corvalan comes through. Corvalan to the left-hand side now of Obregon. Can they get a consolation here at the end of the game? Corvalan here for Beaver Creek. This looks like 12-8. It's a beautiful calm finish there by Corvalan. Just kicks it through. Confident play there by Corvalan. So final 20 seconds of this game now. G Squared will be taking home a victory in the opening game of this tournament. Beaver Creek were always up against it, you felt. And G Squared have carried the momentum right from the beginning of this game. And particularly running away from it in the third and fourth chukkers, as we saw. Obregon tried to enter a little bit of a showcase there. Picked up there by Corvalan. So that is the end of the opening game of the tournament. It's a convincing win for G Squared. 12 goals to 8 over Beaver Creek. Or as they play actually his final 30 seconds here as they come away.